Walk down any grocery aisle today and you'll notice something striking. There are burgers, sausages, even chicken nuggets, sizzling, juicy, and familiar. But here's the twist: none of them come from animals. Plant based meats have exploded in popularity. They're advertised as healthier, more ethical, and better for the planet. But the real question is, are they actually good for you? Or are they just junk food wearing a vegetarian disguise? That's what we're going to unpack today. First, let's be clear about what these products actually are. Plant based meats aren't the classic bean burgers or lentil patties that many vegetarians grew up with. They're engineered foods. They're built from protein isolates, wheat gluten, refined oils, and additives. Every element is carefully designed to look, taste, and even bleed like real meat. For someone transitioning off beef burgers, that familiarity can be reassuring. It makes the shift to plant based eating feel seamless. But the catch is nutritional value isn't the same thing as imitation. Yes, most plant based meats deliver protein, 18 to 20 grams per serving, which is almost comparable to beef. That sounds great on the surface, but protein isn't just about the number of grams. It's also about amino acids, the building blocks of protein. Plant proteins don't always provide this full spectrum of amino acids in the same balance as meat. That means if you rely only on plant based meats, you could shortchange your recovery, muscle growth, and even steady energy. The fix is simple: pair them with other whole plant foods. For example, eat a plant based burger for lunch, but balance it with lentils, quinoa, or beans later in the day. Together, they create a complete amino acid profile that fuels your body fully. So now let's talk about fat. One of the biggest surprises for people switching to plant-based meats is how much saturated fat they contain. Many brands use coconut oil or canola oil to mimic the juiciness of beef. So what's the result? Some patties actually contain as much or even more saturated fat than real beef. That's a problem, folks, because people often switch expecting better heart health. So you're switching to become a vegetarian for better heart health and to be healthier. And you're getting more saturated fat in what you eat than when you ate beef. So instead, you may see your cholesterol levels rise instead of go down. The smarter move is to eat this food in moderation. Treat plant-based meats as an occasional option, not your daily protein, and rotate them with whole food sources like beans, tempeh, or lentils to keep fats balanced. The next big issue here is sodium. I bet you knew that was coming. Check the nutrition label on a plant-based burger and you'll often see 4 to 600 milligrams of sodium in a single patty. Now add condiments, fries, and a bun, and you're basically in the fast food territory. So you might as well go eat at any of your favorite fast food restaurants and get a hamburger. High sodium intake raises blood pressure, leads to water retention, and can mask real progress if you're training or managing your weight. The solution isn't to cut them out entirely, it's about balance. If dinner includes a plant based burger, make the rest of your day's meal lower in salt. Here's a benefit that often gets overlooked. Many plant based meats are fortified with nutrients like iron, B12, and zinc. These are nutrients that vegetarians often struggle to get enough of. But there's always a catch 22. The flip side of this is that the iron in plant based meats is non heme iron, which our bodies don't absorb as efficiently as the heme iron in meats. Fortunately, though, you can boost absorption by pairing it with vitamin C. Something as simple as eating your burger with a citrus salad or tomato-rich salsa makes a real difference. So here's one of the things that most people don't even think about or realize. One of the biggest benefits of whole plant foods is fiber. Fiber fills you up, regulates digestion, and keeps hunger at bay. But in order to mimic the texture of beef, plant-based meats strip out much of that fiber. That means you can eat the burger but still feel hungry an hour later. So how do we fix this problem? Pair your burger with fiber-rich sides like roasted vegetables, quinoa, or a bean salad. That way, you get the taste you crave without the hunger rebound. Of course, people don't buy plant-based meats just for health. Many choose them because of the environmental and ethical benefits. Producing them uses far less water, less land, and creates lower emissions compared to traditional meats. And for those who care about animal welfare, they're a clear win. But here's the important distinction. Eco-friendly doesn't always mean body-friendly. You can help the planet while still spiking your cholesterol. These are two separate conversations, and both of them matter quite a bit. So, are plant-based meats healthy or just hype? The truth lies somewhere in the middle. They can be useful. They make social situations easier since you don't feel left out at a barbecue. They can provide nutrients like iron or B12, and they add variety to a vegetarian diet. But at the end of the day, they are processed foods, best used occasionally, not as the foundation of your diet. The real health gains still come from whole plants, grains, beans, vegetables, and fruits. Plant-based meats are best as the occasional extra, not the daily staple. So, are plant-based meats a game changer or just clever marketing? The answer is they're a little both. They can support your lifestyle if you use them wisely, but lean on them too heavily and you trade one set of risks for another. Your health isn't defined by a single burger, whether it bleeds beet juice or beef juice. It's defined by your bigger pattern of choices day after day. And when you remember that, you can enjoy the convenience of plant-based meats without falling for the hype. If this video helped you, there's so much more waiting for you on Plants Feed the Soul. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next tip. I'll see you in the next video.